Today we're going to be interviewing a Dogecoin kid, Lisa from Up Worldwide. And today we have the beautiful Miss from Crypto here tonight with us. Today we have Ken Bozak.
Foundation, Rarible, OpenSea, and Charged Particle.
Speaking from a Gen Z's perspective.
So why do these people buy this?
Collection. I work with an artist out of...
Wait till you see my other outfit. Hey everyone, City Girl here to welcome you to this week's episode of Yummy NFTs. We made a slight adjustment in our scheduled guest for this week. You're a regular on AltSpace. You may have heard the news that Dunderbuilds, who was going to be here tonight, was inadvertently struck with a stray bullet, but he's okay. Our thoughts are with him for a speedy recovery, and he'll actually be joining us now in a few weeks at the end of June. If you could just keep him in your thoughts as he's healing. But tonight, we've actually moved up one of our June scheduled guests. Please give up some hearts for Philadelphia-based multi-platinum recording artist, Dylan Rhodes, a.k.a. Dill. Thank you for changing your schedule and joining us tonight.
Yeah, happy to be. For sure.
I'm excited to talk to you about your NFT utility and VIP access program, but first let's get a little background on you. You were initially known for a Billboard single, Jordan Belfort, back in 2015. And prior to NFTs, you were dealing in real estate, correct?
Yeah, well, I was actually in music long before I was doing crypto or real estate. So Jordan Belfort was almost a decade ago now. So I was into music a while before I got into crypto. And real estate was actually something that I just did as a part of my crypto journey.
Okay, so you were actually doing real estate in crypto, not real estate in real life.
Yeah, that's correct. So I was working with a company based in Austin, Texas, helping to put real estate assets on the blockchain for about a year.
Now, your involvement with NFTs is pretty extensive and multifaceted. You're doing music NFTs, trading cards, VIP access, ticket to events, mobile games, etc. I feel like I could talk to you for hours and you'd still have more to teach us, but let's try to get as much as we can out of you during this show. So why don't we start with your Crypto Rich album? Not gonna lie, my research for the show, I listened to the song Crypto Rich a few times. I'm just going to tell the audience, go out there and find it, Dill's socials, and follow him and listen to it because it gets in your brain and you can't get it out. So you give us a little bit of information on the story about how you went from real estate into music with the crypto. And I mean, 6-figure income off of NFTs, I read, 2 million streams in Spotify. You're doing something right. So why do you think it was so much more successful, lucrative working with NFT Arena instead of Spotify, considering Spotify is more like well known to the gen pop?
Yeah, for sure. So really to just take it back a little bit, I started in the music industry when I put out my song Jordan Belfort, which we put on SoundCloud, ended up becoming one of the top college songs, becoming a major hit. And it got signed with a major label, which, you know, it had good and bad sides. But one of what happened through that is basically the label took ownership of our record, right? And so we had a great run. We toured around the country. We got to Europe. We did some amazing shows. The song is now multi-platinum. It's a big hit. But the record label took our ownership and in the process took all of our money and funding, right? And they never reinvested in us. And so that is ultimately what brought me down this road to Web3 and to being an independent artist and to releasing Crypto Rich as a project where I own all my masters, right? But basically, after a few years performing with the Jordan Belfort song and some other music that we had released, I started to get big into crypto, and this was in 2016. And so from 2016 to 2018 or so, I was starting my business Advantage Blockchain here in Philly. And through Advantage Blockchain, I did a variety of different things in helping businesses and individuals get into the crypto space, building technology and strategies for different plans and different businesses that we were working with. And we had a few different clients across different industries, one of them being real estate, right? So that was just one of many consulting projects that we worked on. That was probably one of the biggest, and one of our best clients, working with Vertalo in Austin, Texas. So that was cool. But my real estate experience is relatively minor part of my journey. My experience has mostly been in music as well as crypto itself. So I've been in crypto since 2016. And by 2018, I started writing this Crypto Rich album because really I wanted to come back to music. I had lost that connection and passion that I had to music when I was into crypto. And so I wanted to come back to music with something that I could bring my audience that would really be about me and my story and unique to me, but also share this new passion that I had found for crypto. And I realized that this was the path to financial freedom. And now with NFTs, we have the path to creative freedom as well through crypto and blockchain technology. And so that is really what I saw. And when I began to write Crypto Rich, I wanted to bring this concept album about crypto to life, where really, hopefully, we could inspire people to get into crypto and get into NFTs and Web3. So that is really the whole premise behind Crypto Rich. And I really want to show artists this path to independence where they can own their music, they can sell direct to their audience through crypto, through NFTs. And so this has been a pretty long journey, right? When Crypto Rich originally came out in 2019, it was the first album all to tell a story about crypto. Before that, there were a couple singles that are out there that are about crypto. For example, Bitcoin by Soulja Boy, Satoshi Nakamoto by Grammatic. But Crypto Rich was the first album to tell a whole story about crypto. And it's really my story, right? The whole thing isn't just about crypto. It's really about my story with crypto influences mixed in. So I think this is going to be, something that is like music. And with everything that's happening with music, NFTs, Crypto Rich has created so much value for me and my collectors in Web3, even though it only has a couple million streams in Web2, right? So my Jordan Belfort song has, 50 million streams on Spotify, 250 million plus total streams. And the Crypto Rich album is just getting started. I think one day it can be perhaps even bigger than that song, because it's a 19-song album. So I really think it has this huge potential. But the key is that I've been able to create value a lot more quickly in order to get the funding to create more content and continue my music career. And that's all thanks to Web3 and NFTs, right? Because even if I believe in this in the long term, it's like it takes so many years to build up the funding to do it independently, or you have to go to a label who's going to take all your ownership. So you don't have a lot of options before the Web3 and music NFT community. So that's kind of a overview of my story and some of what I've been working on. Without getting too much into what the NFTs are, that's a little bit about my background and how I got to where I am today.
Amazing. Such a journey. VIP and the tickets and access to certain songs and it's pretty extensive. I was looking at, you have like a whole page filled of the different levels and stuff of things that people get for your NFTs. Like, can you explain a little bit about that and how you went about, creating what you wanted the content to be for the people who actually sign up and buy the NFTs?
Yeah, I think of the NFT as basically like a combination between a collectible vinyl and a membership. And when you buy it, it immediately has use case and utility. You come connect the NFT in my Discord, you get access to a variety of exclusive features. You can come on my music NFT radio, which runs 24/7 on Twitter Spaces. This is actually pretty new. It started on April 3rd, but it's become a pretty big platform We're getting nearly 10K unique listeners every day on Music NFT Radio through Twitter Spaces. And so that's now a platform for my community and my collectors to come get involved with. We have a great Discord community. You can book one-on-one calls with me. Even collectors who buy an inexpensive NFT can book calls with me and stuff like that. So it gets you membership access within my community. And then among that, those features are things like getting free access to my shows, getting exclusive merch drops that I do, getting NFT drops as they come out. I've done a few of those already. I've done a few free shows as well. I offered access to Tang and Waka Flocka show in Atlantic City, New Jersey, where I opened for them at a VIP party, Art Basel in Miami. We had an event at NFT NYC last year, and this year we're hosting Webstock, which is going to be a really big event at NFT NYC. So I think NFTs are all about connecting to the real experiences and the real products that music fans already love. So what my goal with NFTs is to create an asset that represents the biggest piece of the pie. And we always talk about this in the music industry. Artists make most of their money touring, merch, brand deals, the smaller people, which is the copy and monetization. Like the rules are already trying to divide that up, right? So with NFTs, I think we have the potential to monetize all the other things that fans already know and love, right? So I think the biggest potential is for artists to offer their music products with the NFT. And that way, as their products improve, as their platform scales, they get bigger show opportunities, they get bigger festivals, better merch, better products. Their NFT's value is going to improve as well, right? Because it's literally delivering more value to the community. And so that's what I built with my NFT. And I know it's a lot of information to take in, especially for people who are a bit newer to music NFTs, but it is a pretty simple. Ultimately, I have VIP and collector. So if you buy a VIP NFT, you get full access to everything you see listed on the site. If you're a collector, you have more limited access. You know, you can't buy $100 NFT and get access to every one of my shows forever. There are features that you it's all about supporting and getting a piece of the music. And of course, you can get the digital downloads. Some of this stuff is like, I think, basic of music NFTs, such as including some digital downloads, some custom artworks, you know, maybe things like behind the scene footage or whatever seems relevant to your community. You know, having a place to chat and communicate, that's always important. But some of the more special things that I do can be seen on the website, like metaverse, working on you're going to do a vinyl press, which is going to be a collectible vinyl. Of course, VIPs will get it for free. Collectors will get first dibs at a discount. And then there will be a public sale, just like I was, you know, selling some vinyls anyway. So that's the one key thing I can leave you with is a lot of people think it's going to music. It doesn't have to change and replace everything. I love to keep my stuff on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, anywhere where you can go support. So go listen to me on any of those sites because that's one way to support. And if you love the music, then you buy an NFT. And so I think that's the way that it should look for music NFTs.
They work hand in hand. It's a collaborative effort.
100%. I mean, I think there's a lot of frustration in Web3. People that feel like Spotify or YouTube or whatever didn't work out for them. But we don't need to give up on it yet because it's still going to be relevant for a long time as we continue building the Web3 community.
So let's talk about your other NFTs too, because you have some trading cards and some mobile games. What's that all about? I think I saw that those are not part of your VIP program, but they do have some other access things that are available. Like there's something about scoring. The highest score gets you something on the mobile games. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we have like just a basic mobile game. It's like a beta game that you can play on my website. It's nothing too complicated. It's just like you're jumping over stuff, but it's all crypto rich themed and it has the music. And at some point, we were giving away free NFTs for people playing the game. We're not necessarily doing that anymore. I mean, everything's a work in progress. So it's great that you found the game, and I'm not sure what exactly is listed right there, but you can check out the game and play it at itslit.org/game, or if you look up Crypto Rich Game, you should find it. It's just a fun game. We've thought of connecting some NFTs to it. It already works as a cool, fun themed game. I don't know if connecting NFTs to it is our top priority because, you know, it can still be a fun little niche game, but that's not really our sector as far as play to earn gaming. You know, at some point we were having fun and giving away NFTs and saying, hey, you know, here's the play to earn music NFT game. I'm still open to stuff like that. I do giveaways all the time, especially on Solana and Polygon, where there's no gas fees, so I can easily do airdrops. But yeah, I have to say we've had a lot of growth in the community, so we haven't been doing as many giveaways for things like that game. But perhaps in the future, you know, we will go through and develop it into something more. So I think you'll see a lot. You look through my project is like we have solid ideas, we have solid concepts, and everything is just still being built out. So I think that's what a lot of Web3 looks like, right? We're still in that beta stage where people are figuring out what the best use cases are. Like, for example, the music NFT radio Twitter space has become like the most valuable thing we offer. So I've kind of been experimenting with different strategies, and of course that has brought a lot more value to the community, I would say, than some kind of, you know, NFT connection with this game. So I'm always just looking to bring value to my community, which is more focused on music than, let's say, the play to earn gaming. But I do have some cool friends that made me that game, so I'm glad you were able to check it out. And I think you also just asked in general about the trading cards. So the trading cards are an example of a collector item. So they're not VIP. They don't get you full access to everything, but you can buy one of those and get access to radio, get access to book calls with me, get your role in the Discord. Pretty much the standard utility that any other NFT has or PFP project, I would say. But when you get my VIP, you get a deeper level of connection when it comes to music.
Great. So you're currently on OpenSea, Polygon, Rarible, and Solana. For any musicians who might be interested in getting into NFTs, do you have a preference on which one is easy to use, or what you think is more beneficial for using? As far as, you know, and is it much different creating NFTs for music than it is creating NFTs for artwork?
Yeah, that's a great question. So for collectors, I would recommend the OpenSea collection. I would say my Ethereum collection, but the other collections are great too. It just depends what blockchain they're on, right? And for artists, I would say you can make a music NFT any way you want. It doesn't have to be any different from your traditional NFT. A lot of them are MP4 files, which will have artwork and the music in the background. And you can choose your own supply, quantity. You can do a collection with traits and rarity like other PFPs or NFTs do. But one thing I can say is my recent recommendation is that artists just come into the space and try a basic drop on something like Mint Songs, where they can do it on Polygon. They can do it for $5 or $10 and make it inexpensive and just get that experience of selling NFTs. I think that if you're, you know, funded and you're experienced and you have a strong brand, then maybe you come to the space with a bigger drop. But a lot of artists are experimenting, trying something new. And I don't think there needs to be this pressure to come with a big drop. You can go on Mint Songs and just put out a basic song NFT with 10 or 50 editions and try to sell them for, you know, not too expensive. And that's going to build your initial community for when you do a bigger drop anyway. So I think people need to just try and experiment with different types of NFTs. There doesn't need to be so much pressure on having this huge drop. If you're a music artist, just put out one of your songs on Polygon using something like Mint Songs and see what it feels like to sell a few copies. You don't have to promise the world with every NFT. Maybe in the beginning, you're just getting some support and seeing who wants to buy your song for a couple bucks to support you.
Good advice. You personally, did you feel that when you went on to Solana, you had some increased traffic there because of the gas fee issues, or do you feel that you've been pretty steady on all the platforms?
So I would say that the gas fee issue isn't really an issue in my opinion. I think people use Ethereum because the gas fees are worth it. I think people use Solana as well. So going over there for me was more about expanding my community and tapping into a completely different community over on Solana, because a lot of the people are different that are in the different ecosystems, right? Or people found me through Solana that would have never found me on Ethereum. So I feel like my move to Solana was more about expanding my community, less about trying to solve an issue with the gas fee, really just seeing an opportunity, because I think any blockchain is an opportunity to expand your collector base and your network. And so to me, as a music artist, I think of each blockchain like a different country, right? It's a different economy, a completely different currency, a completely different ecosystem, right? And then it's almost like each platform on that blockchain is like a record store or like an art store, right? So you can put your music into multiple different platforms on multiple different blockchains. And I think it can be the same music too. I actually think it should be, because you should be trying to take the same music and build a core group of collectors around it so that it's able to go really far in the traditional world because of all these network effects of thousands of people holding it. So that's why I keep expanding the boundaries of the Crypto Rich album. And I'll continue to do that, as well as working on new music drops, because I see, the potential for abundance in this space. Thousands of collectors, who knows, millions of collectors. There's no need to think small and think so much about scarcity. I mean, we've already seen examples of communities with many thousands of collectors. So right now I'm at around 1,000 collectors, and I know I have a big room to expand from here. So I'm not worried about scarcity. I'm more thinking about how can I get more people holding crypto rich NFTs.
Flooding the masses by just expanding yourself across everything.
Right. Keep some parts of it scarce and limited, like VIP, like those original drops, but always have new items that I'm innovating on to bring people in, whether it's for the Crypto Rich album or for my upcoming projects that I'm doing. There's going to be a lot of ways that people get involved, but ultimately, I think the best thing that could happen is if thousands and eventually millions of people feel a connection to this music and this album, and that will bring the most prosperity to my community, to my collectors, to me, and I think to everyone, because Crypto Rich really represents one of the early albums that will hopefully inspire people to get into Web3 and crypto.
Let me ask you, I mean, I know you've been interviewed many times, but with all of the success you've had with your music, NFTs, even like the real estate stuff and everything, I mean, are you doing webinars or events to help people learn how to have their own success in Web3?
So that's really a big part of what my NFT is and what it represents. When I say that my collectors can book a one-on-one call with me, that's hundreds of artists and creators who have supported me through NFTs, but a lot of them have done that because they're working on things themselves. And a lot of them find value in my music NFT radio because it's a place for them to come get exposure and a spotlight on their music, because nobody else is playing their music, right? They're artists who have great music and great talent, but they don't have another way to get their music played for an audience. I know what it's like being an artist, and you can only send your friends a song so many times before they that maybe they don't answer anymore. And don't worry, they don't hate you. They're just busy, right? So it's like having a venue to play your music and a community where you can bring your music and feel like, hey, I'm a member of this community and they'll check out my music or they'll check out my link or whatever. That's what it's about, right? So that's why I say the NFT is a product with instant use case. Like, you buy the NFT, you can come into the chats, you can feel connected on a deeper level, you can book calls, you can network in the private chat with other collectors, and you can come directly onto radio and get exposure for your music. Like right now, I mean, it's a smaller room right now. We actually have like 30 people listening, but usually we'll have anywhere from 50 to 100 these days. It keeps growing. And that just speaks to a lot of people, I think, as instant utility. It's become very clear. It's like, okay, I can buy the NFT and go in there. But there's so many other things that we offer that maybe aren't as clear as music NFT radio access has become, right? But talking to people that are already in metaverse, already in Web3 communities and understand, I think you can see the value of just having a music focused community where you can come ask questions, get feedback, and even talk directly to me. And I work directly with collectors all the time. So that's what it's all about. I have a couple weekly Twitter spaces as well that are focused on Q&A, particularly one on Sundays.
So, and you also have, in addition to the music NFT radio, for the artists who are looking to, be heard, you also have your Deluminati group on Discord, and that way people can go on and join your Discord and collaborate potentially, or at least get guidance and kind of like have a community of people to bounce things off of.
Exactly. And in there, they can connect with me, they can ask questions, talk to others, they can book those calls, like I mentioned. They can even use the booking calls to come on the radio and talk about stuff that they might be working on with an audience, right? So that's what it's about. And even to take it a step further, I mean, I've been working on this quite a while. It's almost been 2 years. So I do have a sort of more of a B2B model where basically I help my VIP collectors with their NFT projects and their businesses in the community, right? So that's more of a one-on-one advisory program where if you buy my VIP NFT, I actually help you with your NFTs, your projects, maybe something you might be minting, or just businesses, brand deals, partnerships, and collaborations I've done through this. Like I said, artists make a lot of their money off of partnerships and collaborations. And for me, it's a win-win if I can run those through my NFTs and through my NFT community. So I've really designed NFTs that allow me to facilitate my business while creating value for my community at the same time. And I think this is the future for marketing, because why go pay a marketing agency and then, it's a complete sunk cost that you never see again? If you can buy an NFT for a partnership and then actually have that as an investment rather than a sunk cost in a marketing agency. So I think this is going to be the future in a lot of ways for collaboration between businesses and creators.
Definitely mutually beneficial for everyone involved.
For sure.
So do you have anything upcoming that we should be keeping our ears and eyes open for? I know you kind of were quoted saying something about 2022 being the year to be running with your goals. Do you have something in the works right now beyond Crypto Rich?
Yeah, for sure. So I have a few things coming up. One thing is a custom smart contract migration that we're going to do, and a new mint. So we're basically doing a big switch for the community, and we're doing a big mint in coordination with this. So it's going to be some pretty cool stuff that's going to swap all of my Ethereum NFTs to one custom contract and deliver everyone a mint in the process, and hopefully bring on a lot of new collectors because it's going to be part of a larger mint. So that's for Crypto Rich. In addition to that, I have the NFT mixtape coming up. The way that I look at it now is the music comes first. I am more concerned about getting the music out, and the collectors get to hear the music early. So when I do release music, it goes to my collectors first. But I want to get the music out there, put it in the best possible position to succeed. I'm not sure when the NFT is going to come out, or perhaps it'll be in coordination with the release of the music. But I do like to say my priority is to get the music out there, let people hear it, experience it. I think that makes them more likely to buy the NFT. I see no reason where like the NFT has to drop the same day as the music. To me, the music should make the impression first. So it's okay if they hear the music a bit and then we have the NFT after. But everybody has their own approach. That's just kind of the way that I view it. And personally, I want to get the music out there and put it out on my platforms, because hopefully it will actually catch on. And maybe one day the music hits Spotify viral or YouTube trending, and all of my collectors will be able to celebrate. And I think that kind of success will bring a lot of value to the NFT community when we see examples of artists that are really making it and have their collectors supporting them.
For sure, for sure. I can't wait to see what comes next. For any of you who want to follow Dill, could go to his website, which is itslit.org, or you could go on to his Instagram at famous_Dill. And, you know, on his website, he has all of his social media links and all the connections. So you can go there and check out the videos, check out his NFTs. You can check out these VIP programs that we're talking about. Everything is there. It's a great website, easy to navigate, great to listen. Like I said, you listen to the songs, they get stuck in your head. You know, don't come crying when you're sitting here singing it for 3 days straight. But a reminder to everyone who's here that we will be issuing POAPs to the first 20 people to DM us on Instagram. And if you can take a moment to rate our event at the You Are Here button on your menu, we appreciate you giving us 5s to keep our event alive. But if you have questions for Dill, you can click on the raise hand feature on the right-hand side. And this has been such an interesting and informative interview, and it's been great to listen to all the different things that you're doing. Like I said, I can't wait to see what comes next, because it's really it's very different. We're used to thinking of NFTs mostly in the graphic arena. To listen to what you're doing with the music and having it not just be music, but actually all these access points to all these different other parts of Web3. It's amazing. So really cool. Do we
Thank
have
you.
anyone here with any questions? Feel free to ask. Don't be shy. Do you have anything else that you'd like to offer?
I appreciate it. This was great, and I really appreciate you checking out the website and everything. I'm constantly updating it, so it's good to hear a little feedback that you found it to be easy to navigate. One thing I find is, like, when people look through the website, sometimes maybe they haven't seen an NFT that has so many features, so it can be a little bit confusing. But I think once you understand that, like, the NFT gives you access to all of this in an ongoing fashion that scales with me as an artist, then it starts to come together. I think a lot of music NFTs and other types of NFTs are going to look like this in the future, where they really give you access to everything that creator does as they build forward. And that's why I think I see $1 billion opportunity here for creators. I think that if someone like Taylor Swift or Kanye West came in, they could have $1 billion market cap within a year. If Bored Apes could do it, why couldn't one of those people do it, right? One of those amazing artists. So if they truly came in and made a genuine effort to connect those NFTs to their real products and their real businesses, that is the potential.
We have a question for you from DJ.
Yes, hi. Just wanted to ask, what is the story about It's Lit? Like, I see it on your shirt in the picture.
Yeah,
There's a story behind it.
Literally was just chilling with my friends in college, and someone said itslit.org as just like a joke. And at that time, I looked it up, and it was available as a website, and so I bought it. And so now I've looked into buying itslit.com. Let me tell you, we've had a few back and forth. Some numbers have been thrown on the table, and I'm not crypto rich enough yet for these numbers they're talking, but they're talking crazy. So we're sticking to itslit.org, folks. We don't need a .com.
you'll be
Well, you're
fine
about
with the .org.
community. Yeah, you're all about community. I heard that a few times. So .org is actually a better match what you're doing.
Yeah,
That's
I like
fantastic.
that.
Thank you.
I like that. I might have to take that line right there.
Yeah.
But we also have Dilluminati, which is the Discord group and the Discord chat. So like we have a custom website, dilluminati.com, where you can go to find the Discord information. I actually ran the Discord since 2019, before NFTs. Years before, I was on the Discord mostly as like a networking community for artists, and I'd actually started more from Instagram. So I would send everyone from Instagram over to Discord to build like a networking community for upcoming artists and creators. And then it turned into my NFT community a couple of years later. And then we also now have musicnftradio.com. So if you just go to musicnftradio.com, you will find all of the information about my live radio show. And you can join it at any time and listen to artists from the Web3 community. And it's cool because it's the only radio where you can actually like buy NFTs and collect the songs that you're hearing live. So I don't know of anything else like that.
That's really cool. And I also saw on there that artists who want to play their songs, they can actually earn spots by listening. As they're listening, they can be earning spots.
Exactly, right? So, of course, if you buy my NFT, you get that fast pass, easy access, but it's not just pay to play. If you want to come hang out, make a genuine effort, show us that you want to support radio and spend some time in there, we're happy to put you in rotation. But for anyone who's interested, don't rush the process, because a lot of artists come in there and spend a lot of time hanging out. So you do have to earn the spot, but we're happy to do it for anyone who wants to support. Everyone is welcome on radio. The only songs we play are from artists who come in and support the radio. It's been community driven and community created from the beginning. So it's all artists who have come in and hang out with us and earned a spot on that radio.
A great concept.
Thank
Do we
you.
have any other questions?
Well, thank you, everyone. This was really cool. And thanks for an amazing interview. Thanks for checking out the site. This is great.
We always love learning new things, and definitely shed some light on different avenues within the music NFT world. It looks like we might have one more question.
Yes,
DJ has another
hi.
question.
Yeah, another question. It's a quick one. So you mentioned that you're working on putting real estate on blockchain, and you're working on that. Did you mean like virtual real estate, or was it like real estate?
So I worked in the digital securities business. So we were putting real securitized assets onto the blockchain. Basically, everything from real estate funds to stocks and different real world assets. But specifically, we were focused on bringing in real estate partners. And I was more in a marketing role. Basically, my business, Advantage Blockchain, which we started here in Philly, me and two other partners, they kind of hired us. So we started out consulting for them, and then they hired all three of us. And so I was more in a marketing role. I'm by no means the real estate guy. One of my other partners was. But I did learn a lot. And I certainly learned about putting real world assets on the blockchain and a bit about real estate. So that's called tokenization or security tokens. And there's a whole different market for that. It's all regulated and generally with accredited investors. So completely separate from NFT.
Cool. Thank you so much.
We're coming up on the end of the hour. So I'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight, the event, and we appreciate you coming every week to learn more about NFTs and the artists who are utilizing them. Hopefully some of you in the audience now might be up here on the stage in the future. And please join us next Tuesday night when we have Gabrielle from Binge Digital as our guest to talk about Afro Zero NFT Marketplace. And if you're looking for something to do tonight, our good friend Sherwin here in the audience is launching his new happy hour club at 11, right after Tune Up Tuesday at 10, which is also hosted by Sherwin and myself and Blue Moon. So it's going to be a pretty lit Tuesday night in the metaverse, and we hope that you'll join us. If we can get you all up here to take our group photo that we do at the end of each episode. And we thank you again for coming out tonight.
Awesome show. Awesome show.